nitumia message hapa ya kudhibitisha kwamba yeye ni rafiki wa Hope. And maybe unashangaa unajoin rafiki msoa aje. Kindly, we have this 100 for 1 initiative. This means 100 bob for one soul. How have we equated this 100 bob to one souls? 100 bob tukipata inakuwa mengi. Kidogo kidogo jaza kibaba. Frequencies are expensive. Lakini kwani Mungu wetu amewahi kosa? Hajawahi kosa. So with your partnership we can get these frequencies. You know, we don't say watu wanaokoka hapa for ati kuwafurahisha, hapana. At times unasikia hata tukicelebrate watu hapa onea. So imagine us being in those places ambazo hakuna Christian radio station, hakuna hata churches. You know, I believe we are the evangelism tool, the biggest in Kenya right now, by God's grace. So you partnering with us is you sending us to places ambazo pia wewe huwezi ukafika. We are going to go there by grace, by God's grace, and of course by your support. So 933933 is the paybill number to use. Enda pale kwa M-Pesa, enda kwa lipa na M-Pesa 933933, that's the paybill number. Alafu kwa account andika FOH ama Friends of Hope. Then from there, whatever you put there, sisi tutakuwa tunashukuru. And I have the Macharias in studio, and you can enda pale Facebook uniambie kama unawapata vizuri, sauti iko aje, so that tujue ni wapi kwa kutengeneza. And today we are talking about do's and don'ts of courtship. Hii conversation watu wapendi sana kwa sababu tunaguzianga on purity. Watu wapendi. Wanasema ilikuwa ikaenda ikakuwa, a lot of excuses around that, but I know God's grace is enough for us to handle this conversation. Karibuni sana the Macharias.
Asante.
Wow. Let me start with Mr. Macharia there. Karibu.
Asante. Good evening, listeners, and nice to be back in studio. Tunashukuru sana kupata nafasi ya kuongea na nyinyi mahali mpo. Na hii maneno tutaongea na ni muhimu msikize. Kwa hivyo sisi hatukuwa na wakutuambia wakati huo, isipokuwa maybe once in a while upatane na a best couple. That's almost when you're thinking about marriage, that will be able to guide you appropriately, but many things we didn't know, even write-ups. There was no internet then and so forth. So we feel it's such a great opportunity God has given us to tell young people how to go about these issues.
Wow. Nice one. Miss Macharia.
Yes.
Habari yako?
Mzuri sana.
Wiki imekuwa aje?
Wiki imekuwa poa. A lot of heat.
Sema ni jua ya mvua.
Jua ya mvua. Lakini tunaendelea tu sawa. Ni vizuri kuwa hapa. Na kwanza nisalimie wasikilizaji. It's good to know that we have people listening to us.
A lot of them.
We wish them good afternoon. Yeah, good to be here.
Karibuni sana.
Asante.
I know you guys are parents by God's grace.
Yes, we
Sasa wazazi watoto wako nyumbani wamegraduate. Kuna hapa wameandika wanasema hata wanataka kutoroka. Imekuwa noma. Kila siku ukipewa chai unakumbushwa unakumbushwa hiyo maziwa imecost kitu. Unausikunywa kikombe kingine wewe. Lunch unaambiwa 1 meal a day kwa sababu wamekusomesha. Na ni kweli wanaumwa juu wameuza shamba, wameuza ng'ombe. Wengine sasa out of that wanakuwa very hurtful, wanakuwa toxic when they talk to their sons and their daughters, kwa sababu wamekona degree, kama wanalisha degree huko, wengine huko nje wanafanya nini na nini as parents. And of course I know you interact with also with the young people of this generation. How can parents handle their graduates ambao wako unemployed?
Thank you. That's a very important question and very pertinent, because siku hizi kimeumana, imekuwa gumu sana for young people to get employment. The economy things are tough, and they are tough for everyone. And normally what I say is that there's no excuse in life, because what happens to all of us. Kwa hivyo lazima tufikirie, we have to keep on looking forward, to be positive and thinking what can we do next. I don't know whether to start before I come to the parents. Let me start with the young person.
Please do.
When I finished college those years, I knew I would not go home. Nilijua the whole family is putting their hope in me. They have educated, a son has graduated, and now the son should start supporting. And I knew nikienda kule tutaanza kukosana. So venye nilifanya, mimi nitafuta kibarua yeyote. Nikapata job ya kufundisha. Nikilikuwa nalipwa 3,200. Na naogezwa 60. So 3,260. Hiyo 60 nilikuwa natumia kwenda nayo bank. Because the town I was working in, hakukuwa na bank, ilikuwaga Nyahururu. So you have to use 60 bob kwenda na kurudi, another 60, nifike mahali hapo. But it helped me juu, unajua unatafuta tu kanyumba unalipa kama 200. Those days. Nowadays I think the cheapest maybe goes to about 1,000. I would think so. But it helped me to set a base. Because wakati umeanza kupata hiyo pesa kidogo, it helps you to start thinking, how can I save this little and do something? How can I look for something? One thing that I have known is, when you are somewhere, it is easy to get another place. Juu kuna mtu hapo nasoma gazeti, kuna mtu anajua kuna kibarua fulani, unapata ya airtime at least ya kufanya ABCD. Don't stay idle. Afadhali uende kwa hiyo car wash, ufanya hiyo kazi. It keeps your mind active. It helps you not to be so frustrated. Because sometimes the young people will also show their anger to their parents. Na wengine wanasoea hiyo kukaa sana, ati ile kikombe ya chai iliachwa kwa kiti. Asubuhi alipokunywa chai, itapatikana tu jioni mama akikuja ikiwa hivyo tu. Baadaye aonyeshe, I'm in the house, I can also help with the house chores. But most important, tafuta whatever it is. Let me tell you. There's a young man who told me, alienda kwa kampuni, haiko bali na hapa, actually just opposite here. Akaenda huko kaambia, mi nataka munipatie work. Wakamwambia, they don't have a job. Akawambia, I'm not looking for a job. Mi natafuta work. Don't pay me. Let me work. Volunteer work. And there are many places one can volunteer. And the urge I would tell the parents, some of them may not have gone through that, but some of them may have gone through it. We still have a responsibility beyond educating these young people through the university and college to taking them through the next step. And that next step would be, asubuhi anakuambia, mi kuna mahali naenda kuvolunteer. And there's a children's home, naedaga huko na waoshia na nini. What that volunteer is doing, it is building their character. They are becoming stronger as individuals. And they are getting some experience that the moment they put it in their CV, mtu anaangalia naona this is worth. So mzazi, usikatae kumpea fare. Pea yeye fare, wacha aende. Wacha atoe kwa nyumba aende. Tafutia yeye somewhere anaweza volunteer, ama somewhere anaweza fanya little earning, asikae kwa nyumba. Because even as the parent is thinking about the money they have spent, can you imagine this young person who knows I'm educated, I should be doing something, in them it is eating them up.
True. That's true.
So me as a parent, my work should be to facilitate this young person to get out of the house, start using not necessarily what they studied, but start doing something that makes them interact with more people. By the time they come back in the house, they are better.
Wow.
That's really the advice that I'll give. Maybe Anne can add something.
All right. Thank you so much. That is quite true. What I would tell our young people also, don't just stay in the house. I believe when a parent is getting that angry and telling you don't take more than one cup of tea, odoka hapa, usikule hii mkate, ulikula jana, ulikula yote, sijui nini, unafikiria nini. No, there's something in them. They have seen something in you that is not actually building them in particular way. So what you need to do is get busy in the house also. Let your parents come and find that things are in order. You ulipeleka gari car wash. Umeosha nyumba, umepika. That way somehow you get to be useful until you get out of the house. But it's very irritating. You leave somebody sleeping, and by the time you're coming back at 5, that's the time they are waking up. And you're like, what is this? What did I pay fees for? And who is this? Now, the other thing I would add is that don't stay in the house. Do something that would bring you an income. It's very annoying. Somebody is 20, 23, 25. Na ni story ya mam nipe credit ya 100, nitumie credit ya bao. Go buy those earrings or shoes and sell. I have an example of my neighbor whose daughter graduated from the university. In the intervening period, the gap year, that girl was selling earrings in the estate. And she was using them. Mom, tell your friends that I'm selling earrings. And actually, I've got several pairs that I bought from her. Now, she did that. She went on and on. Now, she's running a very big business right now, the parents' business, you know. And because she proved herself that she can be useful. Now they can entrust her with their real estate business. And anytime I'm leaving the estate, I find her driving back, going to work, the big cars and stuff like that. She went beyond the level of comfort, and she did something. She proved to the parents, I can do this and I can do that. And the other thing I would add is that once you get your little monies here and there, do something for yourself. It is also very bad that you earned 1,000 today, 500 tomorrow. Now, where's yet anunua credit? I'm a packet of milk. Come with it. You're part of this family. We are a family. Not that your parent can't afford. They can. But learn a few things, because you're not going to be there forever. You're not going to take your parents' tea forever and drinking their water and juices and everything and sleeping in that bed. Once in a while, kuja na ka package kidogo. Umepata uga iko on offer. Bring it home. It's good practice. Yeah.
Well, umesikia.
Exactly.
Umesikia. Thank you so much. We're talking about courtship today. Is it dating? What's the difference between the word dating and courtship? Because ziko huku nje, you know, I'm courting.
Yes.
Somebody yesterday was dating, and now I'm courting.
Right.
What's the difference?
I think we go back. Now, we are moving from relationship. We are getting into courtship. Dating, you are trying to know the person.
Oh, okay.
You know, is this girl we have met, she looks ABCD, making me feel all that. Now, I can let her know, see, I can get buy coffee. At wakati wetu kulikuwa na mahali kuwa inaitwa Masters, ni kama iliisha. Hapo ndiko sikuwa nampeleka. Tunakula madazi. Those days there were no pizzas and such, yeah?
Lucky you. Saizi wako gym. Kule madazi.
Hapana. Sasa, so dating is that opportunity that you are getting to get to know one another. Lakini mkishajuana and you have gone through the steps, remember we talked about knowing each other. Then along the way you realize you can actually trust this person. You know, the moment you start trusting the person, you are willing now to start relying on them fully. You can give them all your information, and you know now you can move on to the next, and now you can commit to the person. So courtship now is in the fourth stage of that model that we talked about, the step by step, is in the fourth stage. Mushajuana, kuna maneno mingi mumeongea. You have in where I come from, the Greek, you know, ishatoa yote. Mtu anakujua na sasa tumeona we can relate. So now we are willing to take the next step. And that's why when it comes to courtship, it is now important to start making other people aware that wewe na huyu msichana muko pamoja, muko item. You know? Because you don't want sasa your friends waanza kunyemelea and
siku hizi hata wanaficha.
Sasa
kuna mtu mahali mniombe, alafu wanamuona siku ya nini, siku ya tipati.
Yeah, that now is a tricky bit. The one thing that we are saying is during the relationship, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be love that is driving you there. It is somebody that you have seen and you're finding values somehow seems to be aligned. Things are working together. You are avoiding getting to the next level because and maybe first come back. The mistake that people are doing ni wakati wana date. Now they want to sleep together. The moment you get into the physical,
wanaita road test.
Oh, now your road test imeharibu mambo because now you cannot build the relationship. You have already known each other in another perspective. You may not be able now to ask the critical issues. You know, kuna mahali tulienda those years na nikaulizwa maswali gumu kama niko na mtoto mwingine na uko nje. You know, you get to ask somebody that you realize, hey, this one I think I can now push a bit further, get to know information. Don't interrogate. It's not interrogation, but you can ask questions gradual by gradual. Unakuja kujuana. So dating helps you to know the person, to decide this person I can work with. Now, after that, now courtship is where now you realize this is actually, I've chosen this one among several. You can date several people. That does not mean at the same time. But you may realize this one, after you went out, ulikuta huyu.
Ulikuwa na shida.
Kulikuwa na shida kabisa.
Tanga kukumbiri.
So we cannot hold you, and that's why you don't introduce the people that you are dating. You don't go tell somebody. You just have had tea the first day. Na ushaambia pasi.
Pasi kuna mse.
You know, kuna mse. Na hiyo jamaa, after that he doesn't take your calls. Because he realized that's not the way it's supposed to be going. So know about dating, but then there will be that time that you're feeling, I'm ready to commit to that person. Now you start the courtship. Yes.
Awesome. This is Macharia.
Yes.
Ladies.
Yes.
Mr. Macharia ametaja, it's not a lady gentleman thing. It's something that the young people are doing nowadays. You know, the weight in intercourse, sexual intercourse, imekuwa, it's just a normal thing. And I also know of ladies wenye wanasema wanakataa. Ukikataa unaacha. So imekuwa a thing that, you know what, we have to give in into this pressure. Was this pressure there when you were a young girl meeting Mr. Macharia?
For him specifically, there was no pressure. There was no pressure, not from him. But out there, you hear somebody is being pressurized, you know, pressurized to give in to sex and stuff like that. So it was still there. Pressure was still out there. But it also now goes down to individual people because we still have people who will not give you pressure into that. Their value system is a bit different.
So how does a young girl, a lady today, you know, mwenye akona stance zake, amesema purity till the day I get married. How can they maneuver around hii pressure yenye iko saizi as a lady? What can you tell them?
Okay. First of all, let me put it like this, that the sexual act does not solidify love. Neither does it validate a relationship.
Wow.
Now, the sexual act or sexual intercourse is actually a product of so many other levels of relationship. And going by the model that we're given and what actually exists, it is the last. It is the last thing after we have known each other, we have trusted each other, we have developed friendship, we have opened up about other facets of our lives. Now, it is the last thing. Now, no young girl or no spinster or whatever woman should feel pressured to give into sex to buy acceptance from the man. And you need to do a few things. Number one, at the friendship level and at the dating stage. Now, this is whereby you go out for coffee and you find out what are the thoughts about this person. Because at the first coffee date, you will establish whether this person is all about sex. Because such people exist.
Yeah,
As I have said, pressure has always been there. It's individuals who decide, this is not my route. So what you do, study the person. Find out, is their value system like yours? Are they ready for sexual purity like I am? And if you discover that somebody is wishy-washy and wobbly about purity in a relationship, I think it's that time that you go home and you don't take their call again. You're like, whatever route that can get me out of this relationship is the fastest that I'll take. So don't give in to pressure. And keep yourself pure by leaving the person who is giving you pressure before marriage. And you will tell. The conversations they will hold, anything about them, then what they read, the kind of talk they have, it is all around sex. Number 2, as a girl, avoid dressing in some way that would really sell you out as a person who can be cheap. You know?
I'm glad this is coming from a lady.
Yeah.
Siku hizi ngesema hiyo maneno labda ningekuta mkutano hapa nje kesho.
Because there's a way in which we say that the first impression is very important. We call it the halo effect. And you only have one time to make a first impression. Then by the time I'm meeting you the second time, that will be another impression. So the first impression really matters. So don't dress in some way. And actually, as I would like Peter to address that, no man will be attracted by you dressing trashy or in a way to suggest that you have no principles or you are here to fish him out and to have him on your side. So dress well. Don't dress in a very trashy way. Don't go to places which would really get you to a compromising kind of position. You know, you are in a hidden place, hakuna mtu anajua, you are also a hidden friend. This is a hidden relationship. You are hidden from people and everything, and you find yourself, just the two of you. I don't see why Caris should not know that Macharias is a good friend and there could be something in the pipeline because you make yourself accountable to other people. So avoid being hidden yourself. So you should actually question a lot of things. I may not force anyone, and a girl may not force anyone to introduce her to their friends. But there's a way in which you can look at it and you ask yourself questions. Why am I being hidden? Munakutana na mtu and you're not getting introduced. So to be hidden or a secret relationship is a recipe for disaster and a lot of pressure. Then don't avoid erotic movies and erotic things that you and books. So the moment I sit with you there and I'm watching something erotic, I am human and you are human, and we can get our mind now thinking like that. Very important to the girls is that no person will really value you or love you more after you give into sex. In fact, your value could increase by stating the fact that you cannot engage in premarital sex and you can't have sex outside marriage. Now that increases your value, it increases the trust, and it breeds a sense of friendship and being human, because we are not animals. Animals do it when they feel like it and anywhere, but we cannot actually objectify a human being, because the moment now we get to have sex before marriage, it becomes something that we look forward to. Everything else stops. I will not learn your values. I will not learn. I'm not interested in anything else about you. We are looking for an opportunity to have sex. And you see now, we have gotten it twisted. Everything else is erased. The spiritual connection, the emotional connection we would have had, the social connection we would have had with friends, it dies at that. Because are you free on Friday? Can I come over? What is on the mind? Sex. Nothing else. And now that objectifies a human being. And a human being is beyond sex. The relationship that we're talking about that lasts, let me state it, the bond goes beyond sex. So you need to build it so well, so well. So peradventure you get married and this person is not able to have sex for one reason or another. The marriage lasts for those 3 months or 4 months that somebody is incapacitated or they have given birth and you can't go having sex with people who gave birth last week. What are you going to do? Wow. So it is very important that we do all those things. We keep purity, we lift our value, we present ourselves as presentable human beings. And girls, please remember, the most precious things are hidden. So like I said, you don't need to really expose yourself so much and to do anything. Be natural, be you, go with your values, let him take it or leave it.
Wow. Well, it's getting heavier here. I told you this one utake usitake, wacha sisi tuseme usikie, kusikia na asikie, because we just don't want you to keep saying, rejection, the spirit of rejection, and it's compromise upon compromise. There is a way things should be done, and there is a way people have done things and it have succeeded. So that is the sure way, or rather that is a way that will bring fruits that are better than any other way unafikiria. And any other way si upitia, it brings chaos, it brings hurt, it brings even situations za unajua baby daddy, baby mama, all these things, stress, mob. So si tunatakaje wewe follow hii path. Inakaa ni weird, but watu wamepitia hii path wamesimama mpaka leo.
Hope FM, another quality service from Christ, is the answer ministry.
Shajara ya biashara na Dolly Mwirigi.
Hujambo. Kenya imeteuliwa kwa mwenyekiti wa kamati ya
nitakuinua wewe, wanipa uhai, nafurahi na vile pendo lako laninua so high, ndio maana sina substitute na wewe, milele nitakuishia, nitakuinua wewe,
sina substitute. Kama ni boli napiga 90 na extra time na penalties. Kama ingekuwa kitambo sudden goal peke, hakuna substitute. There is no substitute to our God. Sisi tunafanya our loved ones, our boyfriends, our husbands, our wives, our parents wanakuwa substitute. Alafu kigundua they limited as humans, inakuwa very depressing. So kama hujajua Yesu, you are missing a lot. Akabetu Sam unasema powerful conversation and your generation needs to hear this, and we bring this as it is. Najua hata naona hata WhatsApp yangu imetulia sana. Hii conversation watu wanatulianga sana, but pia mahali watu wanatulia watu wanasikia, watu ina sink in. Bwana Macharia.
Yes.
The do's. Let me talk to the gents here. What are some of the do's for them during courtship? The things that they have to do,
yes,
as they court.
And maybe before I just get that, one other thing. When we came in, you mentioned about Kenya has just discovered coltan. It has been hidden from the eyes for so long. And another 9, 7, 10 minerals have been discovered in Kenya. And gradually Kenya will become a major exporter of minerals, like Congo and so on. Something precious must be hidden.
Wow.
Don't put it there for public display. Kuna watu wataanza kufikiria mambo ingine. If anything precious, keep it hidden. They will come looking for it and they will do whatever it takes. The other thing is that we also say that self-control is a fruit of the Spirit. If you can do self-control now, I can trust that if I marry you and I go to the US or wherever for some assignment, I'll still find you. You have taken care of yourself. But the moment tulianza hii mambo when we are not supposed to, utakuwa unaenda job, mimi naanza kufikiria huyu kweli alienda job,
huyu ameenda kwa mtu
ama alipitia mahali ingine. So that's why those things, somebody you may think we are okay, but because they know you denounced your belief and allowed them to take you in a certain way, that time will come when they'll also believe this person, if he could not hold even when he was, how about now? So self-control becomes very important. Let's go ahead and do it. The do's and don'ts for the young men, gentlemen, during courtship. Now, the first thing that we said among the do's is, let it be known. Let it be known that you are in a relationship with this girl. Don't keep her hidden. Let the people that are close to you, the ones that matter, because sometimes you tell somebody and they tell you, hey, you mean so and so. Don't take me wrongly, but this is what I know about the person. And you just can do your own investigation. As you get to know more, you want to introduce the person to, like your parents, your siblings, and so forth. Because they have best interest of you. So they will be looking out for things that can hurt you. And therefore they will tell you the truth and so forth. So let it be known. Don't keep her hidden. It is important that people get to know, because courtship, now you're committing. The other do or don't is, nowadays there's a challenge of some people don't talk, others they talk too much. Now kuna gentleman hapa hapei nafasi msichana aongee. Yeye ndiye kila wakati anapea msichana story zake. And of course sometimes hyping themselves beyond. And
the more you talk,
the more you talk,
bigger the lie.
The bigger and you know, now when you are telling lies, you're talking so much, the lady is wondering, you hata nipea nafasi. What will happen is that she will know you more, but you know nothing about her.
Wow.
So, and it is important that you get to know her as much. Of course, that is complicated by if you are living a lie. Men, the reason why, let me say this, and I'll put it in a coded way. But there was a couple that we knew. The man was living a life. The lady believed everything shall be gold during her wedding. You know, Mercedes will come to pick her and all that. And then shock on the lady that even going through the dowry process was a nightmare. Going through the wedding, we had to look where can we get flowers because hakuna gari kona. You know, I don't want to talk much because it's information that's a bit intimate to us. But when you talk a lie, and you live a lie, you make her to expect so much. But let her know the true you. See, this is the way I am. I've just started working, you know, and therefore you understand. We are building this together. There's something when Anne was talking, I thought it's important that people always remember, which is Proverbs 23:7. As a man thinks in his heart, so he is. If this person is just thinking every time they see you, they objectify you. You are a sexual tool to gratify themselves. Or they see you and they see mother to my children, a business partner. We can build a life together. You know, they see you and they're saying, this is the partner I have always longed for. We will conquer the world with this one. You are thinking positive, developmental things about this person. You start seeing 10 years down the line where you will be, and now you are getting her to. So, as a man, you know, you need to lead the way. What are the things that you are telling her? You are not living a lie, but you are giving her hope. You are showing her we shall make it. You know, when me and you partner, and God is in it, who can break that? We shall conquer the world. So that now she's able to start seeing your dream, you know, and she can also share the dream. And you can look at a point of convergence. So don't live a lie. Be truthful. Let her know what it is. Let her, don't be the one who dominates. Men like dominating and I think it is cool. You know, you are dominating everything. I think the other time you mentioned about somebody who is not being allowed to participate in the wedding or in the marriage, the whole thing, somebody has taken over. And they think that's the way it's supposed to be. But it will also appear, the ugly head will appear in marriage. And that time it will be worse. So don't dominate. Allow, this is a team. You normally say in marriage, hakuna Messi. In marriage, hakuna Ronaldo. In marriage is a team. And each of you, whether you are staying at home or you are whatever, each of you is contributing something that is building this marriage. It's 100% contribution by both of you. Maybe one other thing that I can say, hii simu imeleta shida. Tunaingia kwa hoteli, unakuta a young man and a young lady, and you can tell these ones either they're in courtship or they're dating. Lakini mtu ameingia kwa simu, ana scroll na anaanza kucheka peke yake. The other one is maybe a bit disciplined. Either hata kama ameweka kwa meza, ameweka upside down. Ama ameweka kwa mfuko. Discipline to show the other person all the attention is to you. I value you. You are important to me. And that's why even married people, I normally tell them, past a certain hour in your home, you should not allow people to walk in, because when they're calling, it's like they're just walking around your house. They are denying the family to have a time to talk, to eat together, to have some time together, because there is that cousin, there is that who could not call me a whole 8 hours during the day. It is at night when I'm with my family, they want to come and dominate. Now get 30 minutes, and everybody's wondering, kwani dad hata maliza na hii? My husband, kwani hana time na, lakini akona time na, huku unasikia mimi nacheka.
So inaanza discipline ya vitu kama hizo kwa marriage inaonekana kwa courtship.
Kwa courtship. Somebody to show anakuheshimu na anakutambua.
Let me confess, mi kwangu ilibidi siku moja nikasema wifi kwanza hatulipi mpaka tupate discipline because ilikuwa kuna series mtu anataka kuona kwa simu yake, mwingine anataka kuona, mimi nataka kuona boli, tunagundua inakuwa noma. So I decided if this is what is keeping hii tuna nini, and we had to work through it. Sahii tunapigaga story
deliberate decision.
Yes.
Hata kwa courtship mukienda lazima mumake deliberate decision. Hii simu hatuangalii ni mimi na yeye. We need to get good time because I'm committing for the next 50 years. Yes.
Before I allow Ms. Macharia to come in, I think she mentioned a lot of don'ts. I would like her to talk about the do's for the ladies. Kuna kijana hapa anasema, my question is, if you take someone out and the first thing she asks is a big chicken and chips, is this a red flag? Anauliza, how much should a man spend ndio azitwe stingy? Mtu anawezaitisha kuku mzima, labda ako njaa, legit njaa. Wewe uteremshe tu soda polepole na straw na maji. Your budget how much is too much?
That, of course it depends on the ability of each person, lakini najua kuna stige Men's Association or something. But I normally talk this, and I normally even talk to my own children. Ukipelekwa out, don't ask for the most expensive thing. Go, be moderate, or wait for the person to ask. Then hata unasema hata mimi kama hiyo. Ukiona mtu kitu ya kwanza anaenda kuitisha the most expensive thing, hapo kuna red flag.
Asimanga, we are here for the food. Alafu anapiga picha nini.
No.
Unaona anatesa mtandao. Wewe hata umekropiwa uonekani mahali.
It is wrong. It is wrong.
Oh boy.
And maybe this I can tell the young ladies. This man is most likely your age mate, or even is slightly older. Hajafanya kazi ya kupata hizo pesa mingi. Unless you are looking for mbaba. You know, mbabas anaweza kuwa. Lakini kama ni kijana wa rika lako ama just slightly older, you need to really allow them to ask. Tell them, I'll take your choice.
I'll take your choice.
So that whatever, wewe usikule na yeye ameitisha maji.
Niliona
hapa kuna relationship.
Tulimhurumia. Alikuwa anateremsha tu soda ndogo. Mrembo anadunga tu kuku na akifungua. Like my wife, she was like, hapa kuna shida. Hapa kuna noma. Mrs. Macharia,
yes.
What are the do's for ladies during courtship?
One of the things is that courtship is normally the last stage before marriage. So you must make use of that time. Any time that you get to be together and you have planned, or you find yourself together for one reason or the other, and more often than not it is planned, because we plan to meet, be very intentional. So first of all, relax and enjoy the love. So by this time, of course, you have gone some miles love-wise, not sexually, love-wise. Kuna vile na kufeel, unanifeel, the values are the same. Go to church together, go places together, go to Eldoret, go to wherever you want to go, travel, take a trip and stuff like that. Have fun and enjoy. Then be intentional. This is the time that you establish a few other things. Uyu mtu, what are his financial goals? How does he, or how would we, because we are talking about ourselves, how would we run our finances? Because we're getting married. So how will we run our finances? These are the times now you can actually have topics that you really want to discuss. Tukienda Gong kupanda mlima, tutaongea juu ya hii. Tukienda sijui Nakuru harusi ya nani, tutaongea juu ya hii. So please have it in your mind, whatever it is that you would like to see in that marriage. Discuss it now. So that haitafika wakati mtu anataka watoto 7, wewe unataka moja, ama hataki. Ama yeye pesa ni whatever it is that is so twisted that you can't buy into it. Talk about the children, money, in-laws, and everything else that you can talk about. Talk and talk and talk. And as we said at the beginning, ask any other question. Peter said a little earlier, I asked him at that point when I discovered, hey, we are getting married. I asked him, might you have a child somewhere else? Because there are things I really would have wanted very clear. So when he said no, I did not have anything else to ask. But if he had said yes, a lot of other things would have come into play. So all these things now need to be talked about. Of course, this is a time now you can also visit your relatives. You have an auntie whom you really rock and you feel you mnaingiana vizuri. So huyu auntie atakwambia huyu mtu achana naye ama nilimuona hivi, visit your shosho, go, and all those kind of things. Because now you're setting goals. This is also the time to talk about maybe a wedding. What are your ideas? Of course, we may not be planning right now, but you get to pick a few things about this person. Maybe they want a wedding that would cost 4 million and they're not bedding over about it, you know? And they tell you, girls tell people, the man, no, me, my wedding, it will have to be like this, like that. It will have to be at Safari Park, at whichever place, you know, that you're looking at them. So it's time to make things clear. Remember, we are headed for marriage. So everything should be very, very clear.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice one. We've talked about the do's. I think the ladies don'ts wamepata. Mr. Macharia, at the top of the don'ts for the gents in courtship, mpatie top 2. You know, at the top of the, or rather, let's just mention the don'ts for guys. Joawa, I don't know if it's like I realized when I was starting dating. No, my wife came with a list of the things. You know, you must have an accountability couple and this and this. I feel after a while, when the trust was fully built, I had control of so many things in that relationship. Ningekuwa mtu mjanja, ningejanjaruka. Yeah, because I kind of felt like when we started, she was the one, you know, even. Then she trusted me, and now it came to me. I was the one now controlling these things, you know. Even I was the one saying, twende kwa accountability couple wetu, twende hivi. What are some of these things that I'm actually saying men should take control of their relationships, you know, as the head, as usikue hapo endo mkia alafu kwa nyumba utake kukua kichwa itaingiana na kukua kichwa si vita na nini. What are some of the don'ts for our gentlemen before to talk about?
Now to say it whether don'ts or do. I'll first go back to the one that we talked about. Don't live a lie. Be real. Let the person know exactly who you are. Don't you know, there are people who even understate themselves. Ili uone kama huu mtu ako serious kwa hii relationship. Be real. Don't live a lie. The second thing would be I think and I'm trying to see from what would really make the next thing is, don't allow yourself to fit into, let me say, to her plan. And this, I'll qualify this, you know. Unaweza kuwa, you know, there are men who are getting married. Not, they're the ones getting, niwa wanaolewa. Umefit kwa mpango, mtu shapanga, eventually wewe kazi yako ni kufit in. So even if you just appear on that wedding, but don't forget, kuna miaka mingi kwa mbele yako. That's why the best thing is, be in control of your love life. Be really somebody who has a say, and that's why I said both of you are contributors. But vijana wamekuwa intimidated sana, mpaka sasa imefika mahali kwamba babe ungetaka tufanye nini? You know, kila kitu anataka anauliza. And I can tell you there's something that ladies don't like. You know? It is where we man can't make a decision. Lazima a consult, lazima na si consult ile mzuri ni ile ya mpaka babe aseme.
Ana idea, babe nisaidia.
Yes.
Wow.
So those are important that every man learn. Be real. Take control of your life. You will go far.
Oh yes, you have it here. You guys caught. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't do what you're supposed to do. Remember, the minerals are hidden.
They're hidden.
Akusikia,